Starting off photography, you may choose to do things the smart way or the hard way. Choosing a camera body has to be done in the smart way. In starting your photography career, you are likely to fall into the temptation of trends. Trends in camera body, camera lights, softwares, and all that. But I want to touch on camera body. Getting a camera body is very fundamental to your journey, and in that case, it has to be done smartly. And as a young budding photographer with limited funds, which is usually the case, it's ideal that you do some research before landing your first purchase. In purchasing a camera, you may want to find out what exactly the camera can do for you and how it suits you, and not what the trends are saying. I come from the opinion that you would have to do thorough research, and then research to find out how your ways and how your shooting style and how the camera body you would buy will influence your shooting styles. In that way, as a young budding photographer, I would suggest that do not look at the trendy cameras, but after your research, settle in for a camera that will suit your needs. Sometimes these cameras could be maybe 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old. Even, to be frank, people still use the Canon 5D Classic for work because of its quality, color, science. So the question then is, why is it necessary to buy the latest gear? Because what was latest last year or what was latest last 2 years is now being shelved and being sold to you as an old camera. For instance, you'd want to buy a first car, and you have your savings, and then you pump all your savings into purchasing a Ferrari. Whereas you know that the Ferrari, yes, has the speed, has the comfort, has the luxury, but then again, maintenance and all of that may come at a cost. Whereas you could have afforded probably maybe a Corolla that will be cost efficient, that will be reliable, that will stand the test of time, and that has a good testimony of robustness. The ideal scenario is to have 2 cameras. Why 2 cameras? So that one serves as a backup should the main camera fail. So if you're having savings and you've saved to just buy 1 camera, I would suggest that that is not really a good idea. Why not look at, and after your research, look at cameras that your savings can probably buy 2 of. So if you've saved up to, let's say, 20 or 30,000 cedis, and instead of investing all that 30,000 cedis into 1 camera, why not consider how that 30,000 cedis will be able to buy you a camera that is quite recent, that is quite reliable, that is robust, and that can serve the purpose for you. And then consider also getting a second body also out of that 30,000 cedis. This is what I see as being the smart way of purchasing a camera body. I've done the mistake where out of limited funds, yes, I had to buy just 1 camera. For my journey, I didn't stick to the trends. I took quite a different route. I've never owned a 5D Mark III, which was the popular at then. I've used a 6D mostly, and then transcended into Fujifilm. Fujifilm, I started with the X100S, and then gradually built muscle to use the other versions. So it takes time, but I wouldn't want you to do the mistake that I did. So if you have limited funds and you've saved up enough money, consider buying 2 camera bodies instead of 1. So get a camera, maybe that is 2 years old, and then I think that will serve the purpose, and consider getting a second body that may be maybe 4 or 5 years old, and you'll be good to go. So you can decide to purchase, for instance, a 5D Mark IV, and then purchase a Canon 6D, or purchase the latest Canon R, any of the series, which is within budget, and then purchase maybe a 6D or a Mark II or a Mark III. Try and make your savings worth the while. choose two instead of one.